Yeah. It's your boy Views, and we are back, people. Views on sport. Hope everyone is well. Back with a new video. Make sure you're liking, make sure you are subscribing, make sure you are sharing, people. Hope it all well.
Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with all the transfer news and the players rumoured and linked with Arsenal while I fill my pockets daily.
And there you have it. We are here, people. And we are going to look on Sky to begin with. Daily transfer segment. You know how we do it already. Man United latest. Should Sesko join Amarim's side or Newcastle? They've got a vote here. I'm not going to bother to click into that. The reason why that's even a thing is because Man United, as of today, have put an official bid in for Benjamin Sesko. Now, it's not as much as Newcastle's bid. I think it's 75 million euros fixed with add-ons, whereas Newcastle's bid was 99 million euros. So, yeah, so now it's down to Sesko to choose. Obviously, in all reality, Leipzig should only really be talking to Newcastle because they're offering them more money. However, we know that players have power, and that is the power being showed as we speak. Wilshere in running for Gunner's return, so I think he might come back and help with the youth setup. I don't know if that means Per Mertesackers being replaced. Let's have a little look. Wilshere in running for return. Former Arsenal midfielder in a candidate for the under-21s role at the Emirates, according to BBC. Okay, so it's not even Hayland, it's the under-21s. The Gunners reportedly looking for Mehmet Ali's replacement. There you go, after he left to join Keith Andrews' coaching staff at Brentford. Fair play. Wilshere worked as head coach of the under-18s at Arsenal before taking on the role of the first team coach at Norwich. I take it that never went well. The former England international stepped in as interim boss at the Canaries, I should say, when Johannes Hoff Thorpe left Carrow Road in April before departing when Liam Manning was appointed in June. Arsenal have reportedly not made a final decision on the vacancy. Rodrigo to fight for place at Real Madrid despite PL interest. So Rodrigo has reportedly decided to stay and fight for his place at Madrid this season, according to the Mirror. Now, some of my viewers in the live that I done earlier today was saying that Rodrigo's decided to stay. Sky's talking about it, but the source is the Mirror, so you can obviously take that however you want to take it. You know, we just deliver the news. We don't ask you to believe it. That is despite strong interest from Premier League clubs Liverpool, Arsenal and Tottenham, who have also made moves to sign wing options this summer. Rodrigo will compete with Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius as first choice forwards at Real Madrid, while youngsters like Endrick and Gonzalo Garcia will also be pushing for places too. And Garcia was definitely ripping it up in pre-season, that's for sure. Stuttgart in talks over Vieira deal. I think I covered this yesterday. Hopefully there's something of it, to be fair, because we definitely need to get rid of a few more players, and for money, do you know what I'm saying? And we definitely need to bring a couple more in my humble opinion. Bundesliga club Stuttgart are in talks with Arsenal over the signing of Fabio Vieira. Vieira is into the final 2 years of his contract he spent last season on loan at former club Porto. So yeah, not really been a good career for Vieira at Arsenal. And to be fair, you know, I'd be happy to see him go. More of the unveiling of the kit. I mean, who wears a kit, you know, over a turtleneck? I'm not too sure, you know, the trousers, but, you know, anyway. Oxlade-Chamberlain, remember him? Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, to hold talks with UK clubs. It's open to a move back to England and has held talks with a number of clubs. Subject to reports elsewhere, the former Arsenal Liverpool midfielder remains a Besiktas player and no termination of contract has been agreed. Jesus Christ. What a drop-off for him. Eze scores and assists in pre-season, but we know Arsenal haven't done anything concrete for Eze at this point in time. Simpson Pussy is on loan at Celtic. It looks like, as I just said, Man United may bid for Sesko. Liverpool latest, I don't think about it. Works unfazed by price tag, I should say. No problem there. Palace Club have compelling evidence for CAS hearing on Friday. So that'll be interesting. Isaac at training ground for the second day, like Sky are covering this daily. Former Arsenal player Voldemort granted conditional bail. We did speak about that a little bit on the show earlier today, but until he gets innocent or a guilty, we're going to try and stay away from that. Hearts 1 looks like. Ekatike's Anfield debut, Nunes future, Liverpool wins versus Athletic Club assessed. So yes, Nunes, I think he's been linked with a move to Saudi after Diaz had joined Bayern. So, you know, people going out, but they're getting money and they're going to get good money for these players. Do you know what I'm saying? So paper talk, Newcastle hoping to hijack Liverpool's bid for Guehi or Gui, however you want to say it. Sky not doing too much today. Let's stop sharing that. What we will do is we will go on to X. And we know that people like Fabio is going to be diluting the content today. Noni is focused, apparently. That's all he can be. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's hope he features in the Emirates Cup. Excuse me, just waiting for this to load up. And there we have it, guys, up on the screen. I always got to remember to put it up on the screen because sometimes I don't, and I'm just looking at it, reading you the news, and then I watch the video and it ain't even on the screen. But obviously, this was all yesterday. Dewsbury Hall to join Everton on a permanent. 47 seconds ago, RC Lensdale to sign Florian Thorven from Udinese on a 3-year contract. Okay, this is stuff to do with Olympic Marseille. AC Milan agreed deal to sign Jashari from Club Bruges. Here we go. There no more news than that. Just covering the United stuff again. Sent official bid to show serious concrete intentions to Leipzig following Newcastle's 90 million bid. Okay, well, he was saying it was a 99 million. Maybe the 9 is add-ons. It was in his own video, so I don't know. Obviously, English ain't his first language, so you know, in the latest hours, he's saying 90 million bid. But I know Man United's weren't 90 million. We do know that. Sources at United believe Sesko was keen on the move and decided to proceed with official bid. Oh, so has that come from the club, or is that come from a little bit of a backdoor source there? Interesting. Newcastle and United waiting for his formal decision. This is crazy, isn't it? Like I keep saying, I feel like we're in the upside down. I don't know what this striker's done in world football for people to be going mad like this. I really don't. The agreement between Wilfred and Didi and Besiktas on personal terms is almost done. Yeah, just going over the Sesko stuff again. La Liga side Elche agreed deal to sign Victor Chust as new defender from Cadiz. Torino and Napoli at final stages of Gio Simeone deal as Argentinian striker has already agreed personal terms. Okie dokie, waiting for a medical. West Ham reached verbal agreement to sign John as new goalkeeper from Botafogo. Pretty underwhelming from West Ham this summer, to be fair. Just basically read the same thing. Jan Ziałkowski has indicated AS Roma as his fave destination already on Monday after official bid submitted. No issues on personal terms. Talks are underway with Legia Warsaw, the deal done between the clubs, or to get the deal done between the clubs. Watford are in talks to sign Max Allen from Manchester City on loan. The youngsters official Thomas Partey has been granted bail after appearing in court on those charges. Former Arsenal midfielder will join Villarreal as expected. That's a bit mad, isn't it? That is a bit mad. Jules Koundé, new deal at Barca has been sealed. He's been covering that for a while. Tim Ware, we spoke about this yesterday, will arrive in Marseille. Christopher Nkunku still planning to leave Chelsea this summer with talks ongoing. Nico Jackson can also leave before the end of the window. Right, so this was obviously from the 4th of August. Yesterday, he's reposted it. So maybe there's going to be some stuff happening with that very soon. And as an Arsenal fan, that fills me with dread. I don't want to see no more Chelsea players coming over to Arsenal, please. Please and thank you. City are set to offer Rodri a new contract valid until June 2029. He could become the second best paid player after Haaland. Decision up to Rodri. City want to show their trust in Rodri with a new deal. Almost ready to be offered. Fenerbahce keep working on Karim Artukoglu deal. Okay. Napoli are closing in on Miguel Gutierrez deal with Girona. So lots of stuff around Europe, not too much stuff from England. AC Milan expected to get Zachary Athekame deal done by the end of the week. Newcastle sent official bid worth 90 million, 80 million plus 10 add-ons. Okay. Man United. So they're not even too far apart, to be fair. They're not even too far apart. We already spoke about the John deal. Already spoke about Dewsbury Hall yesterday. And it looks like we're going to have a slow news day again today. But I mean, plenty of people are streaming. Hoffenheim agreed deal to sign former West Ham defender Vladimir Kufal. He's already in Germany for medical. Rodrigo, I can't read that, it's in Spanish, but maybe they're talking about him deciding to stay. Official confirmed, Abdallah Wazani signs new deal at Ajax. Okay. Jens Cajuste to Ipswich Town. Here we go. So not too much doing, people. Nottingham Forest agree a deal to sign 29-year-old goalkeeper Angus Gunn. I mean, their window's been pretty underwhelming for what I thought it would be, to be fair. We just covered that same story. AC Milan prepared to improve their bid. Okay, we covered the same story. Deal almost done. So we're kind of going over the same stuff today. Let's just have a quick look at old Benny. Benny Banks, he's not doing too bad this summer. So let's see if there's anything new going on over here. Obviously, he's going on about Benjamin Sesko. That's like the biggest news today, that United have put a bid in. And there's a bidding war over Sesko. Madness. 1 hour ago, Nicholas Jackson is another name on Newcastle's list of attacking options. And Chelsea are open to a sell. Of course they are. Chelsea are the turnover kings. Make no mistake of it. And they always get rid of their players, and they always get good money, and there ain't, you know what I mean, not too many loans in there. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe a few here and there, but most of the time they are getting money back. And that's why their FFP and PSR is all right. Well, I say it's all right. They held the fine by UEFA, but they've still spent more money than Arsenal, by the way. Arsenal fans, let that sink in. There has been some initial club-to-club talks already. Brentford's Johan Wissa is another target, with the player pushing to join Newcastle. Now, that's one that upsets me, because Arsenal, especially with Rodrigo saying he's going to stay, they should be all over that. They're identifying Eze to be our left wing. Because if they're identifying him as a CAM, then I'll give them credit, because obviously Odegaard needs competition, not cover. But every time people talk about him, they talk about him as a winger. But I've also heard the person that trained Noni Madueke say on Haters TV, I'm sure you all know who they are, that Noni Madueke will be Arsenal's left winger. Let's continue. Madness though, Newcastle, if they lose Isak and Jackson comes in, like if you bring in Jackson with Isak, yeah, but obviously he don't want to stay, does he? Jacob's still talking about the Sesko deal. Key thing behind Man United Sesko bid is they didn't plan to move without player buy-in. Okay, so like I said, maybe the Sesko team has told United, like, yeah, we'd rather come to you, which is mad, isn't it? Not even Champions League can make this guy go to Newcastle. That's crazy. United ain't even got Europe, no conference, no nothing. So mad. 75 plus 10 for United. They're just covering the same stuff. Right, Jacobs is doing it heavy on the Sesko stuff. The same stuff with NDD. Suggestions. Spurs have placed a formal bid for Rodrigo wide of the mark. Of course they are. As of Tuesday morning, Real Madrid have received no bids from any club. Real was still prepared to sell Rodrigo if he informs them he wishes to leave. And that's what I'm saying. Player has now met with Alonso and did not hand in a transfer request. Tyler Morton to complete his medical ahead of 15 million Leon move. Okie dokie. Chuka Akpom, or Trubo, sorry, Akpom has been clear to Ajax this morning that he favours a move to Ipswich. Former Arsenal player. Everton can make move for Tyler Diblin, according to Talk Sport. Morton Alness's inquiry about Mason Greenwood. Jesus, Marseille don't wish to sell. Value on Greenwood at over 3 times the 26 million paid. Jesus Christ. United have a 50% sell on. Maybe that's why. Greenwood discussed by Saudi in 2023, but deal makers chose not to make a move. We all know why. People. Spurs forward Jamie Donnelly is undergoing medical at Stoke. Fair play. Dortmund are in talks with Wolves for Fabio Silva. And Wolves won around 25 million. Imagine Wolves are probably going to get more in transfer fees than Arsenal this season. Make it make sense, guys. Do you know what I mean? Chelsea position on Nicholas Jackson has always been as sell as possible at the right price. These guys are the turnover kings. Even though he remains wanted by Enzo Maresca, a lot will also come down to Jackson and whether he wants to be a lead striker elsewhere. Liam Delap has arrived and fellow new signing João Pedro, obviously. And then we're basically going over the same stuff. Thomas Partey bail conditions include that he can't contact any of the women involved in the case, and he must notify police of any permanent changes of address or international travel. Chief Magistrate Paul Goldspring appeared to confirm Partey's Villarreal move. Let me just click show more. And he says, I understand he's no longer employed in this country and playing in Spain now. Partey is due to appear at the Old Bailey on September the 2nd. Woy. And I think we'll leave it on that note. There's not really a lot of new news. It's a lot of like little things going on. I think I've spoke on anything new. Let me know what you think, guys. Let me know what you think of those stories. Let me know what you think of Voldemort. Do you know what I mean? Let me know what you think of, and that's TP5, by the way. Let me know what you think of Villarreal. Let me know what you think of the Sesko saga. Do you know what I'm saying? Who's he going to choose? United or United? But until next time, people, like, share, subscribe. Back again soon.